Now, remember when I said right before Raven brought her powerful story that we were going to have somebody that is taking virtual or a actual physical stage for the very first time to share his story? I got introduced by this amazing gentleman through Mr. Michael Faber, and I am extremely humbled and excited for this introduction because this young man, I've heard stories about a certain person in his life throughout the years. And I remember what Travis was going to talk about. It hit my heart like a ton of bricks. And this is going to be the beginning of many virtual stages, summits, and stages to come in the future. Travis, my brother, the stage is yours.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Phew. Just want to say thank you to all the people that spoke before me and spoke after and going to speak after me. A lot of the stories have touched my heart, that's for sure. Whew, nervous. But anyway, my story is about redemption and redeeming myself for who I am. Um, Had a lot of loss. It started off when I was, I guess, about two. Um, my dad wasn't a dad. He left. He was an alcoholic, drug addict, whatever. And it was just my mom. And it just it hurt me inside, a little boy just wants his father. So I didn't know who I was for the longest time. I didn't know what I wanted to do for the longest time. So I battled with a lot of anger, a lot of depression, and let me see, where did I leave off at? You know, so I guess when I really started finding the wrong influence was probably right around 12. I got involved with drugs, struggled with addiction for the longest time, and was in and out of truancy court, hated school. I hated being around people. I just felt like I didn't fit in. And when it came to family, people would leave, people would come and go. And I didn't know who I could trust and who I could keep close to me. My mother and I had some rough times. I blamed her for a lot of the guilt that I had because my father left. At the end of the day, he left both of us. And he it just put a lot of pressure on me to not know what I wanted to get out of life. Um, so I was a street guy. I mean, I ended up in jail a couple times. At one point in time, me and my mom were arguing one day because I stayed home from school and she wouldn't let me go outside. And we were arguing and kind of fighting a little bit. And she punched me in my back, and I picked up a door stopper. I didn't realize there was something in it, and I hit her. Luckily, it didn't hurt her, but I ended up going to jail that night at 12 years old. And the first time I got moved from there to a different facility, and I got a phone call one night. And it was my dad calling, and I was like, "Why?" And I just couldn't wrap it around my head. So over the next couple of years, I met my brother on my dad's side. I met my dad two times, and it just never clicked. I just felt that I don't even know. He just didn't want to be a parent. My brother told me stories about how he would have to go visit him when he got his license. Um, so about 16, I went back and seen him again. It was my grandmother's funeral. Didn't know anybody that was there, and he shook my hand. And I'm like, that's not what you do. I've watched so many movies about a father and a son, and it still, just till this day, it still breaks me a little bit. And we left there. I mean, I was starting to use heavy and drugs. Even my brother, we were doing drugs together, and I was only 16. 16. And then it just got worse from there. Started with pain pills. About 19, I ended up at the pain clinic. Um, a year later, I found out I was having my first child, and I knew it was time to start doing stuff different. So right before my 21st birthday, I got sober, well, for the first time, and came out of detox. And I struggled another 12 years. That put me at like 33. So between there, I had a couple more kids. I had a toxic relationship with my ex. And then um in between there, my first of all, when we moved from Maryland to Delaware, I was like 10 and I lived with my cousin Matt. And my cousin John also had lived with us when we lived in the apartment. So I was really close with them. Matt introduced me to fishing, um, basketball, my love for music with the bass and just feeling the bass when you're riding around in a car. And then John John introduced me to Eminem. Um, remember the first time I was playing the CD, my mom heard it. She's like, "What the hell are you listening to?" Anyway, but they had both committed suicide um 4 months from each other. Matt was first, and then my cousin Johnny was next. And I held so much anger at them because, family drifts apart. And when my grandmother died, I felt like that was the glue that held us all together. And I was so far in addiction, but I'm glad I did speak at their funerals. I mean, that was one thing that I was the last one to speak. So that was one good thing that I got out of that. But I know now to keep their memories and stories alive. Like I talk to my cousin John's kids every once in a while, but Matt, I don't even know his son. I don't know what happened there with him and his ex-wife or at the time, but so when I had my oh, right when COVID had started, I had my ex-wife had left, and so it was just me and three girls. I was by myself taking care of these girls, and I ended up winning. I ended up going for full sole custody. She never showed up, so I got sole custody of my three oldest daughters, and I ended up meeting my current girlfriend Shelby, and we ended up having a kid together. And I've always wanted a boy, but wasn't in my cards. So I have four girls of my own, and then we have two girls. She has two girls from a previous relationship. So I see it as in God's picture as I need to show the women what a man's love should be. And I haven't always been the best example, but right after right after Aurora was born, she was turning 1. I had been on Suboxone, I had been on methadone, and I was at the point in my time where I was like, I'm done. I am done having to wake up every day and take a medication just to feel normal. My whole life, I just wanted to feel normal. And I knew that meant I had to start dealing with shit. So I got off Suboxone. I used to smoke cigarettes. I started vaping. I quit vaping. I quit smoking THC. Um, so I've been off Suboxone a little bit over 2 years. I haven't had any nicotine in over 2 years. And my healing process has come together, and I feel better. I do. I'm not totally where I want to be, but I'm working on that process to get there. And one night in the beginning of last year, I had wanted to be searching for my cousin on Facebook, and that's how I met Faber. And I knew that they were friends, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I had already been following him because I had followed somebody who came and looked at my roof. It's how I met Bobby Jones. It's how I followed Faber on Facebook. And I sent him this long message. He responded back. I was waiting on a tax return to come back from a couple years ago that had gotten messed up. So this money came in, and I was like, "Hey man, you got a spot?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So we worked it out. I went down there. Didn't even know what he was about, but it was awesome to be able to be in a room where you feel welcomed, where you can put the guard down. And we had did something there, and we burned it and let it go. And I didn't let it go. That was my fault. I put it down to let go and forgive my father and forgive myself for the pain that I've caused. And a couple months later, we had gone to Shenandoah And I woke up that morning, got on Facebook, no mutual friends in common. My dad's name pops up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And we had end up reaching out to each other. I went and seen him, and it just wasn't. That's why at that day I just made my peace with it. He's not supposed to be a father. He taught me everything what not to be. So now that I know what I need to be, and it opened my eyes. So between meeting Faber, meeting David, meeting all these people that I've come together with, I finally feel welcomed. I feel part of a they say surround yourself with smarter people than you, and I see that in these rooms and the people that I connect with, and just the people that speak. These are the people that I need to be with. And the last thing in my life that I was trying to get away to be the old new Travis was my job. And I had made pizza. That's where I put myself in for a long time, was working and working and working 60, 70 hours a week. And December 31st, they pulled me into the office and they laid me off. And I had already been doing something on the side, like financial advisory and stuff like that. And I knew to myself that it's time to just let go and move on. And between everybody that I've met with, like Michael Faber, Justin, I love Justin, Jeremy, we've sat down and we've come up with, plan to be able to help me move to success. Um, my grandmother was a big part of that too. She passed away a long time ago, but I still keep her memory alive. She was my second mother, took care of me a lot. I think that's pretty much about it. I don't think there's anything else. There probably is, but I just can't think of it right now.
Travis, I got to tell you, bro, for first time, you absolutely crushed it.
Thanks.
Absolutely crushed it, bro.
Appreciate
And
that.
you're very welcome. And I feel like I know your cousin because I've heard his name come up a lot. And I mean that in a very genuine way because I've known Michael for 6 years. And Michael and your cousin were tight. And Michael holds relationships, as we all know, very
Yeah.
close and tight to his chest. And even though I never got to meet your cousin in person, I can feel him coming through your love and through Michael's love. And Deb, you asked a question about WTF Michael Faber. Michael Faber is a person that pours his love out in so many ways. He protects his people. What's the deal with him, right? Michael is a mad genius when it comes to helping those who want to build their own businesses. And I will tell you first and foremost, if Michael Faber was not my brother and not my business coach, what we have here today with the Mountain Summit Virtual, with over 40 plus speakers, with his constant being a thorn in my side, and I say that very lovingly, Mike, because I know you're on the Zoom right now, and threatening to throat chop me if I don't do something and not listen to him. And he says that again very lovingly because sometimes I'm a very stubborn person. We wouldn't be where we're at today. And everybody that is in the MBM family is from the blue and green. That's the family, the community that Michael built in the memory of his brother Joey. And Travis, dude, I am so grateful that you were open to going to that men's retreat. I've been to one. I've been to 6 of those. And that fire burning ceremony is incredibly powerful.
For sure.
And I'm going to be back at some point. And for you to trust Mike, to trust me, to share your story on our summit, you have absolutely no idea how much that means to me. Because anybody that enters the base camp with me, I'm just talking about me, and trust me with their heart and their soul, and their story and their loss, I don't take that lightly. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a doctor, but I know the pain. I know the experience. I live it every single day. You are doing what you're doing. You said at one point that you're not where you want to be, but you're exactly where you need to be
I'm
right
supposed to.
now because you're taking it
Amen.
one step at a time. You've got Michael in your life, you've got the community, the family in your life, you've got Bobby Jones, and now you got the full force of the mountain behind you. You've got the lion roaring its head off, and you got the force of the mountain. And when you combine those two, you will be loved and you will be supported. And we'll have your back all the way. Now, Zoomland, what do you got for me?
Me first. Me first.
Go ahead, Martha.
Travis, I just want to hug you. And I got to hug you in Delaware when I first got to meet you. I was so glad that you were in that room, you and Shelby. It was great to have you in that room. But to see what you've done since that event and just following you on social, I just want to say congratulations. I want to say great job. But I also want to share my heart when I say not all of us get to win the parent lottery, and we didn't get what we deserved, but we're making the best of it, and we're going to be better parents, friends, whatever to society because of it. So I'm grateful that although you didn't get from your earthly father what you needed, you're finding what you deserve. And I just want to say that's not something that I take lightly because I know that struggle. So I just want to say, keep your head up. You are making so many people proud, and I don't doubt that you're going to make your earthly father proud because he's going to see that you were better than him, and that's all we can ever want for our children is for them to be better than we were. So I just want to say congratulations, keep going. I'm so grateful that I caught your story, and I just want to say, like, just keep going. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to continue to watch what you get to do. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, Martha's hand immediately went up like halfway through your presentation. So I had to jump in front of her before her because I knew she was going to steal my thunder. Because with that smile and her energy, she has a tendency to do that. Deb, what do you got for us? And I mean that in a good way, Martha. You know I love you like a sister. So go ahead, Deb.
Travis, you were here all day yesterday, and and I suspect all day today. I hope so. Your story is incredible. It's one of challenge and strength, and you beating a lot of odds, to be honest. And well done. Well done. And welcome to the mountain. Mwah.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Actually, let's go to James and then you, Mary, okay? James, what do you got, bro?
Hey,
My brother Trap. Dude, who is this guy right now? This is amazing. Listen, I was there at the men's retreat. I was there at Movement Maker Live. We talked a couple times, but let me tell you, if there's one thing I'm observant as anything. And dude, I'm watching you take in the environment. I'm watching you sit back. I'm watching you listen. I'm watching you just, get settled in. Dude, oh man, not what not to be, but what I need to be. Bro, that hit me because I've had similar situations in my life where I've had a ton of people tell me, or show me what not to be, what not to do, and whether they meant that by an intentional example or not. And just to see that, because it's exactly how I want to raise my children, not what not to be, what I want them to be, what they need to be in order to survive a world that's just getting crazier and crazier. And not only that, what I need to be for them, what I need to be for my wife, what I need to be to show up in my life. That's next level strength, brother. I just want to let you know I am wonderfully impressed, and I'm wonderfully freaking excited and proud because If this is where you start, it's only going to get better from here. And I'm very thankful to be a part of this journey, man. So friggin' keep going, brother. I love it.
Thank you.
I second that. Mary, what you got for us?
Okay, Travis, thank you so much for that powerful narrative of your life. It has such depth that one can feel it. And it seems like you're on your own hero's journey. You are the hero of your journey. You came back with so much. And I'm wondering, because I see you as a role model. And I'm wondering what you're going to do with this powerful. Where'd you go?
Probably to get it, kiddo.
It's okay. Ah,
Sorry, somebody looking for me.
it's okay. Just wondering if you have plans on maybe working with youth or other people that's suffered with addiction, or like, where does it go from here? I wonder.
That's the thing. I've thought about that. Right now I'm just doing financial advisory, I'm going into schools, helping teachers, learn about their retirement and things like that. But I'm hoping that my story, just like today, there's going to be somebody or somebody's kid. I have somebody that I work with in my base shop, and her son struggles with addiction. And my story, I think she's watching right now on YouTube, but my story, she makes me cry every time because she's like, oh, just talking about the strength, and I don't even realize it. I don't even realize it. I don't. But anyway, I'm not sure yet. Story's unwritten, and I'm still going. So we'll see.
Love it, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I want to get you a little excited here, okay?
Okay.
I don't usually share this publicly.
Oh boy.
Yesterday we had 4,500 views through the live all day on Facebook. Today we're going to have the same thing. I already know it. There's going to be 4,500 souls, maybe more, that everybody that has come before that are going to be impacted. When I say views, I mean 5, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It's not the entire summit. But in those 5 to 10 to 15 seconds, your story, your resilience, your bounce back, your comeback. Think of Peyton Manning coming back after his neck operation and joining the Broncos. That's you, brother. You're going to impact those souls. And this is going to stay on Facebook and YouTube because you had the courage to step up. So I wanted to share that with you. Go ahead, Tish. You're muted.
I'm trying to fight back the tears, but thank you. Yes, I was muted. Travis, God bless you. I lost a brother to drugs and alcohol, and I spent many, many years trying to save him. He did not want to be saved. And as you sat there telling your story, I found peace in his death. So while I could not save him, you saved me. Thank you.
Ooh.
And unfortunately, when he passed, they were out drinking and drugging, and 4 other people were also killed because of all of that. God bless you. And I said this yesterday, and I say this to a lot of people that I work with. You don't have to be a perfect speaker, but you have the perfect message. Keep sharing it. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Tish. Thank you, Travis, for having the courage. Thank you, everybody. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. And I'll be asking you again. We're going to be back in April